Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm Upain joining you live from India. I'm super excited to be your host today. We have got a great session ahead. Today's topic is all about building a private donation contract on COTI using AI. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. I'm joined by some amazing co hosts, Robert, Rafa, and Percival. Let me start by introducing Rafa, an engineer at stay.coti.io. Rafa, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Pendra. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone. Today I will help you. If you have any questions, no worries, I will answer you in the YouTube channel. And thank you, Pendra. So exciting.
Thank you. Thank you, Rafa, for being here. And other co-host, Percival.
Hi, Upendra. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure joining another live stream for the stay.coti.io. Let's have fun today.
And as we all know, Robert. So, Robert, if you want to say something.
Thank you, Upendra. I'm also looking forward to the stream today, and I'll keep an eye here on the Discord channel and the Telegram channel and the socials on X if there are any questions from the audience.
Okay, so our today's topic is donation contract. So that for everyone, donation is a very private thing. So we are going to try to create a donation contract, which is using the COTI's privacy feature. So we'll use the COTI's privacy feature and add privacy in the donation contract. So if you want to donate something and using the blockchain technology, because that provide you the privacy, not privacy, but if you talk about blockchain, it provide you decentralized and trustless ecosystem. So if you want to donate something, you want your platform on which you are donating should be trustless, or it should be decentralized. It can be you can check if your donation going in the right path. So blockchain technology is best for that. But if comes to privacy, like if you want to donate something and you want to know if things are going into right path through the right person, but if you don't want to share your donation amount, like if you want to make it hidden, I think everyone wants that. So in that case, a public blockchain cannot provide that facility. To get that facility, we need to use some privacy feature, and there are so many private blockchain, but they are not providing the security like public blockchain. So COTI come between that. It's a public blockchain as well as it provides you the privacy feature. You can donate certain amount of tokens or certain amount of asset, but no one can see how much amount of asset and how much donation you have done. So I think COTI is best fit for that. And let me show you how you can create a private contract and a private donation contract on the COTI. So it's going to be a bit technical, but we're gonna be using AI tool, and so I think a beginner can also use that. Just having some understanding about the COTI, which I'm going to give you guys here. So the best tool I always use and always suggest you guys to start for the COTI development, use the COTI documentation AI. So there is an AI on the COTI. Let me share you. So as if you can follow the screen of for the documentation of the COTI, you can easily see there is a Ask AI. When click on that, let me clear that. So here COTI has provided us a Ask AI chatbot, using which we can ask any question regarding the development and any feature of the COTI. So it has been trained with the documentation of COTI, examples of the COTI, as well as the contracts and repositories which has been created till now on the COTI, as well as the tutorial created on the YouTube of the COTI. Everything has been trained on this AI tool. So it has the latest information. If you want to search something, let's suppose you are a beginner developer and you don't know how to go through the documentation, and even if you don't want to go through all the documentation of COTI, you can use this tool, as I always say, and it always helped me. So we're going to be directly using this tool to create a contract, and we can do that by just giving a prompt. So let's suppose if you talk about the donation contract, what are the main feature? For the donation contract, the main feature is a donation functionality. Anyone can come and send or donate a certain amount on the contract gonna save that amount, and the foundation or the authority can withdraw that amount, and anyone can check always like how much donation has been uh, done on this contract or on this app. So we're gonna be using that. But before that, to do that, we need to have a private asset, because to transfer something privately or transfer our asset privately, we need to have a private asset. So let me first tell you how you can create a private token on the COTI. Let's just give a prompt to this AI, just create a private token. Let's check if he can provide you this. So I just give a prompt to the AI tool, like I want to create a private token, which is the name of the private token gonna be the shadow gift token, and the symbol is as GTZ. So it has created a simple private token for us, as you can see. So that's what I said. This AI tool is best for COTI. If you want any information regarding the COTI, to provide the context to our like if you are using any AI tool for the development, let's suppose we're gonna be using Cursor this side today, and we want to provide any context regarding COTI, we can use this tool. So it has provided me a private contract now. So we can use this private token to make private donation, and as you can see, it's really simple. And now I can also ask it to create a donation contract. So let me just give a prompt here. So create a private donation contract on COTI blockchain that accept donation and privacy enabled ERC20 token. So that's the main point here. To have donation in a private way, we need to use the private token. We need to have a private token. That's using that private token, we can donate on the donation contract. So let's just check if it can create a private token here. So it has provided a donation private contract for us, and if you are a beginner, you can directly follow this and use any AI tool to check for the correction if any error is gonna be in this contract. And if you are a developer, you can also ask the question regarding this contract. Like if you don't know like if you know the solidity, you have created the contract on the solidity, but if you are not getting some newer world here, like if you can see there is a MPC, which is a library, and it's using this functionalities of MPC. You can ask these questions, like this is a very simple contract. You can ask the questions in here also, like what is this MPC library do?
Pedro, MPC, it's one of the core features of the COTI blockchain, right? That really allows developer to keep the information private on the blockchain, right?
Yeah. So like if you want to create any private contract on the blockchain, on the COTI blockchain, you need to use the MPC library, which is going to handle or abstract away the complexity of private encrypting the transaction and handling the encrypted data on the blockchain. The library has been created and you can use in your contract and use it directly, which going to remove the all difficulties of the all difficult functionality if you want to create for the encryption and decryption. So this is the main library which provides you the privacy feature in the COTI. So COTI is a blockchain, is a public blockchain on which you can also create a normal contract, which is a public contract, which like all the balances and all the information gonna be public there. But if you want to create the private transaction, you need to use this MPC library in the COTI blockchain, which provides you the privacy features. So as you can see, it gives you the a short intro of what is MPC, what MPC library exactly do. So key feature here, handling encrypted data types. So to use the encryption, or to make the transaction private, COTI has added some data type, some new data type. So basically it is using the EVM libraries, or it's a EVM blockchain, EVM based blockchain, but it has implemented some functionality to add the privacy. So now in the COTI we call GC EVM, garbled circuit EVM. So it has introduced a few more types to handle the encrypted data. So there are four types, like IT, which is input tax, and which start with GT, which is garbled tax, cipher tax, and user tax. So these are the building blocks of the privacy feature in the COTI. So first thing, it handles the encrypted data types. Second thing is secure operation. So whatever the secure operation gonna be happening on this type is going to handle by the MPC library, or we can say the functionality is provided by the MPC library. And third is the key management. So to if you talk about the private and public key of our account, apart from that, COTI also provide you a key to encrypt your messages. Like if you want to make some transaction to encrypt your input, you need to encrypt that using this key. So this management is also done by this library. Yeah, it's kind of going in depth, but as I said, like it depends on your level of development. If you are a beginner, you can directly create these contracts and go through the cursor and go in depth in debugging it. Or if you are a developer, you want to learn in depth how to create a contract, this is also a tool to help you learning. So we'll go through these topics part by part in this demo. Let's just start creating a demo on using the cursor. So let me share the cursor screen.
Could we, with this, we could encrypt the transaction so the amount is not shown. Could we also encrypt the balance of the contract so that you cannot deduce the amount which was sent? Oh, you're muted.
Okay, so if you want to know like if the balance is encrypted or not.
Yeah, so that if a donation is sent, you can immediately deduce it from the transaction right before, something like that.
Yeah, so that's what we can do here. Like if you want to make the donation or the amount you are transferring or the balance private, you can do that. It depends on the development of the contract. It's fully dependent on the developers, what functionality they want to provide. If they want to make any data public, they can use the public types. If they want to make some data private so that no one can see that, they need to make that data type private. So it's like COTI provides both functionalities, depend on the development. So we're gonna be as we can see our contract. Yeah, this is a private donation contract. So as you can see, the total donation here, it's using UT, which is a kind of encrypted. So the total donation contract got is like private here. But we can also make this public. Like if person want to let's suppose there is a case where users want to when they are donating some amount, they want this information to be private, but they want to know how much donation this app got till now, or this foundation got till now. So in that case, if you want to make that type of platform, you can make this total donation public as well. But
Okay.
the main important point, yeah.
But we're not seeing your screen yet, by the way.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Okay,
And thank you.
I was talking about this contract. As you can see, the storage types we are using here, the total donation which we are currently storing here, how much donation this foundation has got. So it is a kind of private type we have used, UT. But if we simply use UNT64, which is a public type, so the total donation is visible to everyone. but here we decided to make it private. That's I was saying. And if you take a look on the donation functionality, which is the main functionality a person gonna be using, so its input is also a IT type, so it's a input type, and it's also private type, so no one can see what amount a person has given, and what amount of token has been transferred to this foundation. So this completely depend on the platform we want to build. So now if I try to share my cursor screen. Okay, so here we got a simple demo project, which is a clear right now. We don't have any project right now, but to create something on COTI, we need to create a contract. We need to set up the hard hat, and then start creating a contract. This is the first step. So let's just if you don't know the process or don't know the methods how we can do that, like if we are beginner developer, we can ask this cursor, this ask AI. How can I set up a project for COTI?
And where did you enter that? I think we were looking at a fresh screen.
Okay, I think
Yeah, awesome.
okay, let me share the entire screen. That's not going to be confusing right now. I thought I was sharing my entire screen. So yeah, as I ask it, how can I set up a hard hat project for COTI? It gives us clear steps. It gives us there is a hard hat template provided by the COTI GitHub. You're gonna be cloning it. Okay, so let's just follow these steps.
Basically, hard hat is like a tool to build your own smart contracts.
Yeah, so to build and test your contracts, hard hat is a tool which you can run on your local device, so that you can create or build the contract at the same place, and also you can run the test scripts and deployment files there. So it provides a complete node project, so you can run the Solidity code as well as the JavaScript code here. So it helps a lot for the developer. You can also do this on the Remix, but we're gonna be handling more than 2 contracts which going to be interacting with each other. We need to be creating so many scripts for that. So that's why a system or a project running on the local helps a lot. So as the first step, we're gonna be cloning, or this is as if you guys don't know the cursor, it's a simple clone of the VS Code. Just gives us a chat option in which we have an agent. We can give the prompt to the agent, and agent gonna be understanding the whole project for you, and then make the edits for you and suggest the changes depending on the model you are using. So it helps a lot if you are a developer. For now, we just need to clone, so we gonna be opening up terminal here and clone the hard hat template, COTI hard hat template here. So with the template, as you can see, it provides you a simple smart contract for the storage and the scripts for the deployment of the contract. So it's gonna be basic understanding. It will give the basic understanding to our AI tool how the projects on the COTI looks like, how they interact with the blockchain, how we can deploy that, and what are the config hard hat configuration for the testnet and the mainnet. So that's the main part. It provides you a scaffold for the project, and as you can see, it has provided you. We need to go into the project, then install the npm install, and then hard hat test. So we can do this manually as it's suggested here, or we can directly start giving prompt to our AI agent. We have the AI agent here. So let's what we can do, we can also do one thing. We can create our token contract here, so which we have. Yeah, so I have created a new token file which is going to the private token, and as we have got the token contract here already, so we can use this contract. Or also we can go to the GitHub and check out if there is also a example present right now or not. If we go open the COTI GitHub, it provides you so many COTI contract examples, and I guess in the COTI contract examples you can also check there are so many examples present here. And we also have a full-fledged contract for the private token. So as you can see, the contract is exact same, but it also provides a few more functionalities like minting. So what we're gonna need, we're gonna be needing a mint functionality here, and that's extra, and everything is same in this contract. So we can directly use this contract also for the token. But the main goal is to create a donation contract here. So we'll be creating a donation contract from scratch, and we'll be using this contract provided as a basic building block. Maybe there are going to be some errors in this contract, and which need to be fixed. I will try that and try to check if our cursor AI can understand these errors or not. So how we gonna be knowing if there is error in here or not? So for that we can use the AI to deploy it and test it. If it works, if it compiles properly, if it works properly, then there's no mistake here. So let's just copy paste it here, and now we are ready. We have a project which have hard hat installed and all the configuration regarding the COTI, and have some test script regarding the COTI, and we have our basic contracts built here. So now we have a basic donation contract, but we need to know, like, a person can come and use this contract using the donation function. If they call the donation function, it says that the amount gonna be encrypted and they can donate on this platform. But now we need to check, and we need to improve this contract, and we can do that using the cursor. And as you can see, I have opened the donation contract file. Cursor has already taken this file as a context. We need to give a prompt here, and so in the prompt we can provide the proper context. Like I said that I have added two contexts on the contact folder: token soul or donation soul. And we can also say that analyze this contract and write the scripts for the development and for the interaction. So let me provide the proper contract. So why I'm going to give all the context to it or the proper prompt to it is just because I like cursor is paid. So it provides you, basically there is a functionality in the cursor. It takes one call as a paid call, but if the platform or the cursor is going to interact with this, like I give this prompt and it gives us the result. Okay, if we give the smaller prompt, it will give you a smaller result and it will take a premium token from you. But if you give a longer prompt, what else you are going to do, like create the script and make the interaction and then deploy it. So I have given the list: deploy this contract and then create an interaction script, then test it. So what it's gonna do, it's going to try to create all the code and scripts in one call, as well as it's going to test it, and after getting the error it's going to recall. And when the tool make one or two or more calls, it will still cost you one request. Okay, so one request can call up to 25 tool calls. So here what happening, cursor is calling the LLM tool, like currently I am using Claude 4 Sonnet. So cursor is calling this LLM tool multiple times, so the request which is going to cost me is going to only one. But if I just given one prompt and check the result and try to go for the another prompt, it has been cost me 10 or 15, 10 and 20 request for this only. But here cursor is going to handle it in one request. So
So-
that's the
So-
efficiency we can use. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you paste? As in, did you prepare this prompt to optimize it in such a way
Yeah.
for the viewer?
Yeah, let me share. So what I have pasted here, I shared here, like I have two contracts, just analyze both contracts and write a deployment script. So I don't know if these contracts are right or not. Like I just copy pasted from there. So I need cursor to check this contract if they are right or not. Okay. And also I said write a deployment script. And then I also said, like while deploying the contract, when will you deploy the contract, give the name. So I have given the name of the contract. And I also told, like deploy the donation contract. And then I also told that what will be the flow. Like first we need to mint the token, and then approve the token for the donation contract. So let me share the complete flow, how it actually works. So if you are using a token contract to or you are locking your token contract or is taking your token contract on another contract. So when this function, let me share, when this donation function going to call the, like when I'm going to call this donation contract amount, like take this amount as a donation from my side, what's gonna be happening in this contract, it will call my token contract to transfer this amount on behalf of me to this contract. But this contract don't have authority. How can it take my money, because the private my money is saved in the private contract. So it's interacting with the private token contract on behalf of me. So for that I need to give this contract or the permission or the approval that it can use this amount of money on behalf of me. So this is the process when you interact with any ERC20 token, not directly with your wallet, but via cross contract call, via another call. Like if you have used Uniswap, so what happens on the Uniswap, when you ask Uniswap to swap your token, it goes first take your permission, which is a allowance. Uniswap contact take your allowance. So it asks you to approve Uniswap contract so that it can use your token on behalf of you. So this is the step, these are the steps which need to take. So first step gonna be it's going to deploy this private token, and then it's going to mint or transfer some private token to my address. So then I gonna have some token to donate. Okay, so now I got some token to donate. And then what gonna happen, when I got that token to donate, I going to call this donate function in another contract, which is a donation contract. But I cannot do that because this contract cannot transfer these amount from my account without my approval. So for that, what I said here, as you can check, approves the donation contract to spend the token, and then call the donate function on the donation contract. So these are the steps I have told them, told this AI tool. I could have done this step by step, but as I said, to maximum utilize the AI tool, to make the most utilization of the cursor, there's a trick. You need cursor to use at most the request. And cursor allow 25 tool request. Within a request, if you make a request, cursor can iterate this, going to solve the error, and then iterate it. This is going to be this called the tool request, because you are not directly making. Cursor comes across an error, it's going to solve it by making another prompt. So this is these are 25 tool requests are possible with the cursor. So that's why I created this big prompt. And let's just check what are the results. We're going to try
Thank
reading
you.
from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we try to read from the start, so it has in the contact analysis, extend the, it has min function and MPC private operation. There's a donation contact which has a transfer from. So it has issue with the transfer from function, and it has changed this transfer from function. So it, as you can see, it gone through the issue and it solved this issue. As it said, like, we don't use the valid cipher tags, so we don't use the MPC core. Okay, so if I try to go in depth of the how MPC library works, so first thing happens when your transaction come in a COTI contract. You have encrypted some transaction, and you transfer, like, you have encrypted the amount. I want to donate 100 token, but you don't want to show others to fetch how much you donated. So what you do, the amount you put in the input going to be encrypted. So the amount is encrypted here. First thing to decrypt that, we call MPC code.validate cipher tags. So this function of MPC code library handles the decryption of that. So the amount going to be decrypted by this library and going to convert it into garbled type. So this type is so the type garbled type can also not be read by anyone, but this type can be calculated on this type. COTI chain or COTI contact can make calculation on that. So that was the error we did. Otherwise it seems like the contact is working fine. Let's check in the testing. So it has created the deployment script for us. Let's just check where is the script. So there is a deployment donation contact script, and we have this we had this deployment script. So it has used this deployment script to create another. If we accept all here, yeah. So what it's gonna be doing, first it will deploy the private token contact. That's the step I have given it. Yeah, that's the flow. And it will deploy with the names I have given it, and it waits for the deployment, and it will fetch and give the consoles. And after that it will deploy the private donation contact. So if we can check the donation contract, in the constructor we need to provide the token contact address. So how our donation contact gonna be knowing which assets we going to be donated? So in the constructor, while deploying this contact, we provide this contact address, like this is the private token everyone will be donating on this platform. So a kind of we have registered the assets which can be donated here. Like in the normal web2 donation, everyone takes the fiat token or fiat currency, but when the web3 they're gonna be have the options, and this platform or this donation foundation can whitelist the tokens which can be donated. Currently we have just taken one as an example. We can also provide hundreds of tokens which can be donated, because anyone can come and like make the donation with some, if someone comes and make the donation with some highly volatile meme coin, maybe the worth at the time of donation is millions, but suddenly meme coins pumps and dumps and it becomes zero. So foundation cannot work with that volatility. So they can whitelist a number of assets like the USDC or Bitcoin or Ethereum which are not that volatile. So that's happening here. So this, what this script gonna do, is going to deploy our contract, and in the contract it takes the token address as a constructor variable, and when it deployed it, we get the address and we print it. So it has created the deployment script, and it also created the interaction script which is gonna be after the deployment interact with it and make the transaction which we have asked for it. So as we see after the deployment it gonna mint 1000 token, and check the balance if it's going to mint to our address, and it will then check if we got that token amount or not, and then it will approve 500 tokens. So we didn't mention anything like how much token we need to mint. It just taken from there, like it for the example, it minted or transferred 1000 token to the user, and now the user, it is asking user approval, like approve 500 tokens to which to the donation contract. So it is calling approve function to the donation contract and approve with the approve amount. And then as we can check, after that it's going to call the donate, and this is going to our last functionality, and we'll check if it works or not. So within a prompt it has provided all the details, all the files, and let me check if has run the script or not. So it has created the script, interaction script, and now okay, it didn't run it. So now it has provided me the commands. Using that we can run it, or we can directly ask this to run on the behalf of us. So run and test the script.
So you set up a whitelist for tokens to be allowed in the contract. Can you also set up a blacklist the other way around? As in you accept
so for
anything
now,
but a few?
yeah, that's the right question, I guess. So we can do that also. For now we just created a demo contract in which we whitelisted some tokens, but we can also blacklist the tokens as well if we need such functionality. So let's just wait for it.
I certainly see the use case for a contract like this, especially with like DAOs, for instance, decentralized autonomous organizations, when you want people to be able to participate but not create an economic incentive, keep things democratic.
Yeah, and like there are need, like people wanted to create donation content on the blockchain. There are so many donation platform on the blockchain, depending on the category. Someone working for the wildlife, someone working for some poor countries and all. And but the reason, many parties don't come for this donation is the reason of privacy. Like as we know, crypto, everyone is platform, tracking the whales and the traders and tracking the accounts. So that was a problem, but that's not the problem in this case right now. Anyone can do that. So if we check what's happening right now, just run the script, which is a demo script. I think there are gonna be some issues. One will be, yeah, so it faced that we don't have hard hat installed right now. So first thing is going to do, it's going to install the hard hat here.
Yeah, the good thing about agent mode, it solves all those kind of dependencies for you, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like I have created this prompt but didn't provide all the proper information. If you go in depth and try to try practicing the prompt and create a proper prompt, I have seen like within one or two prompts create all the app completely. You just you need to put the prompt and go for the coffee break. When you comes, it going to iterate the problem, comes with the error, and then going to solve it and comes with the solution. So here is running the script now again, and it's also faced some problem. Let's check what's the problem. So the donation contract is not compiling, and it faced the issue somewhere.
It's changing the donation contract. Just need to make sure what kind of changes it will create for you.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't change the destination to choosing of its own.
So it says like there is an error with the requirement. This is the line of require. This is the main line. We need to, make the transfer of the asset. That is facing some error here. And it also says I got the issue.
Yeah, it found something that it needs a value, it needs to decrypt.
Yeah, so what happens here? Our transfer from function returns something and we didn't handle it. So it's gonna be handling it for us, I guess.
So by default, it generated a contract with non-encrypted logic, and because we specifically asked for it, it's going to add that now to it.
Yeah, actually what happening here, when transferring some asset, it's going to return true or false, like if the transaction was successful or not. So in the check, we need to save this result and check if this was successful or not. Then we can put the required functionality. We just what happened, we just try to check boolean with the encrypted value only. So contract was not able to understand because it just wanted true or false value, but the value was
Yeah,
coming.
require won't work on encrypted value, right?
Yeah, so for the require, it needs to decrypt it on the contract side.
I'm impressed that Cursor recognizes it as a encrypted boolean, and it understands it needs MPC core to decipher it.
Yeah, and still I didn't use any doc or rules here. So there are powerful functionalities in the cursor, as I have shared in my cursor live stream, in which I have explain everything how you can use the cursor in 100% way. And the way I told you today, like how we can use the 25 tool transaction is the new addition. But before that I shared some cursor setting. Let's just show you again. In the cursor setting, there are cursor rules. You can add the rules, like which type of error you need to take into, and if what type of things you want in your project. And with that, there is a documents. So I have added so many document regarding the COTI. So what happens here is going to go online. If you paste the link, and it's going to get all the information from here, and you can directly mention these docs here, like the contact example I can mention here, so that it's going to take the reference and check the errors regarding that. I didn't even use any reference here till now. Still it's doing good work. If I have used this powerful tool, I think it's gonna be taking only one prompt to do all this, to create such a simple demo contracts.
So by indexing it there, you don't have to manually drag and drop it for context every time.
Yeah, like what happens here, when you paste some link, you can also directly paste a web link here, but then the AI tool don't going to have a proper timing to fetch all the information, and put in such a way so that it can provide a proper context. But when we add the doc here, it will take time to index it properly, so it can use it in the proper way. So now, as we can see, our contract has been compiled. The contract compiled successfully, and now it's going to create an environment file for us, so that and it's also created an account for us, because to interact with the blockchain, to test with the blockchain, we need a account in which we need COTI token, a testnet COTI token. So it's created an environment file for us, and it's created a account for us. What we just need to do, we need to fund it with some test COTI token. and it's gonna give us error. For that too. So as it's testing the script, let's just move and get some COTI. Ask this AI, how can I get test tokens? So it says like you go to the Discord and message in the Discord group your network, just like COTI testnet. It gives us the example and your address. So let's go there. Oh no, it was open here. Let me start from here. It asks the verification. Maybe it's got log out. For now, like it has provided me the steps. If I can check, you just go to there and copy paste this message, and you will get the test token. For now, I have some test token in my MetaMask, and I can transfer. Like I have 4 COTI here. I can send some, 1 COTI to this address. As it's confirmed.
That's a fast confirmation.
Yeah. So as it said, like it has created the deployment script, analyze the both contact, they are compiling, build interaction demonstration, fix contact compilation error, generate test account and environment setup. So now I have 100 account, deploy and test contracts. So as anyone who is beginner also can use this tool, because as you can see, it just take a simple prompt and it also provides you all the information what it has accomplished in a simple words, so you can know what has been completed and what needed to be done. And as you can see, while running the test script, it's also generating onboarding the user. So if you don't know what is the onboarding in case of COTI is, so it has generated us a user key. That's what I have shared. I am sharing my .env file here, but these are the secrets you need to be save in some secret files, because you cannot share your private key somewhere. That's understood. But in the case of COTI, if you don't want your data or your input variables or your storage, which needs your private storage need to be private, no one can read that. So this is a kind of a public blockchain, so anyone can read the data from the public blockchain. You cannot stop it. But we have encrypted our data, so anyone going to read the data is going to be encrypted. So no one can read that data. They can fetch that data but cannot read it until they don't have your user key. So you have encrypted using your user key, so you need to make your user key safe. That's for the security. And as you can see, what is the what I have shared, what is the onboarding in the COTI. So when some new user comes on the COTI, they want to use a private feature, they need to onboard on the COTI, inform the COTI that they want to use the private feature, provide me a user key, using that I can encrypt my data. So if blockchain going to make the transaction or your data or calculation on your data, they need to understand your value you have provided. So if you just encrypt your data with any key or with any public private encryption technology present in the market, blockchain cannot understand it and cannot make transaction on that. your contract cannot understand. So COTI, you need to ask the COTI MPC library to give you a key. So for that, you need to make a transaction which is called the onboarding transaction. It provides you this key, and this key going to be saved on the blockchain as well, but in the multi-party computation manner, so no one can get the key from blockchain. Okay, so now check what happens. It deployed our contract to token contract, then deployed the donation contract, and then token maintain, and it's successful. And then there is a issue. Yeah, so there is a issue with the approve, and it's trying to solve it. So it's running the script and fetching many things: token contract address, donation contract address, deployer. This is our address, and it got the issue. It shows that one test case has been solved. So it set the value to the encrypted number, and here it comes a success. So the first test case has been run, that deployment has been successful. Yeah, so as it said, like deployment has been successful, but it says like advanced interaction need encryption refinement. So encryption has been failed. Okay, so here now it's feeling some difficulty. It has minted, so some interaction has been done, but that it says the advanced interaction, like the approval and as well as the donation, these are some advanced interactions failing here. We can also provide some docs, COTI contact example. Use these docs, or we can say guide to solve interaction issues. Let's just try to check if COTI contact examples, and using this documentation, it can fetch some information. And as it's doing some transaction, let's just check if we have any transaction on this token contract. No, like which one? So let's just check if this token contract is available on a testnet or not. Like if things are actually happening on the blockchain or not. You can check that by using the Explorer. So it shows this contract is on the Explorer, and it has two calls. First is contract creation, and second is method mint. So yeah, so mint method has been successfully executed as told by our AI tool. So yeah, it's not hallucinating. It's providing us the right information. We need to check that also on the blockchain side. So it's like updating the scripts, and it's still facing some errors. But as you can see, all the prompts going to the AI or LLM tool, which we are using Sonnet for. Like AI is continuously making the call, which is a tool call. So that's what I'm not, so worried like it's using so many requests here, because in one call 25, you know recall is by the tool is available or allowed. And when you see like it stops working with and provide you some information like I have done this and done this as we have seen earlier, it's just because the 25 call has been ended. So now you need to make another call. Till now, just check the scripts, what it actually doing. It's a deployment script and it's an interaction script. So as we can see, like Mint has been successful. The error is coming with the approve functionality. And if I try to, help you guys with something, like I know where the error is coming, it always stuck here. And this is the reason, because let me share the exact token contract here. So this is a COTI contracts. In the token contract, if you go in the interface, you can check there are two approve functions. Whenever you come and check in the COTI, there are going to be two functions for every name. If you are using private ERC20, so I'm just sharing it to help you guys if you come across any error in the COTI in the future. Just because there are going to be two type of transactions. One will for the externally your account and one for the contract itself. So as you can see, this is a transfer from function, this is also the transfer function from function. All the functionality is similar, the difference is just the unit. Here is input type, another is GT. So the input provided here, GT, cannot be provided by external person, or by I can say you cannot provide this type of input. GT input is only meant for the contract side. So sometime what happens, our script try to call this function externally, and in case of approve, it was trying to call this function and this function was failing. So the function signature can be confusing here. You need to go and ask your AI tool, copy this and paste directly, like use this function in place of this. So there can be possibility that the error is due to the signature, but let's just check the final error. So it says like token mint contact interaction functional privacy feature active. Let's just check. It says like token retrieval successful, but we are not going to believe that. Let's just check if we have a call or not.
If the unit type is the standard use in other Solidity contracts, I can imagine being fed as part of its knowledge base, and because the garbled ones, of course, are specifically to COTI. So.
Test. Yes, still approve function has. So let's just try to help it out. So we are asking if check if any function signature issue are coming here.
Yeah, usually there are like some kind of mistakes or issues with that because on COTI smart contracts is usually to have two functions with the same name. So the thing is that between two functions there are different parameters. So what we should always use is the selector that is actually an hexadecimal of the function just to interact with it. So that's like the kind of solution that Cursor AI is giving us at the moment.
Yeah, like normally in with any blockchain, like ERC20 token on the Ethereum, you only see the approve function once. Okay, because it's not dealing with the privacy, and all the tools are uh, trained on that and built on that, so they directly go to that function signature.
It's
But
still a probability engine.
yeah, but in that case, you need to provide help to that.
There we
As
go.
you said, like yeah, it is fetching, like it has two type of approve function. One is standard ERC20 approve or COTI encrypted approve. Cursor is going really deep. Like it's going to check all the functionalities, what all the functions are present in my contract.
Which AI agent are you using, by the way? Oh, from cloud. I see it. Is it?
Yeah, that's
Sonnet
why
4, Sonnet 4 is really powerful.
So powerful, yeah.
now
So
it's
there,
trying.
so what's so Sonnet 4? But is it a paid plan for Cursor that you're running?
Like it's on free trial. It gives you a free trial for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can use only normal versions. You cannot use this one. So yeah, you need to take the paid plan for that. But you can use other. You can use the paid or free trial version with different accounts. So it's kind of comparing two of the approve function.
Yep.
Your donation are successfully handle encrypted token approval using the okay, then use this version. Test donation function. So as it said, it compares both the approval function by itself. I clearly mentioned it, approved, like use the encrypted one, but it goes in depth and try to check which one works perfectly. So it was not required, but it has been done by. So and it comes with the solution like encrypted approval successful and the normal approval was not successful. That was we have shared here, like this approval take the encrypted one. So
Yeah.
now I ask it to use the encrypted one and call the donation contract. Now just wait and check if it can work now.
So this is like approving the token or the private ERC20 to make a transfer, because that transfer function is into the donation smart contract, isn't it? Because if is it not, is not will want to require an approval, right? So the thing here is that donation smart contract is actually requirement. It's like actually requiring the approval. The approval should be true for that address, isn't it? Or how is like the flow of this smart contract flow?
Yeah, so here you're right, Rafa. And here it says like, yeah, all the transaction has been successful. It has tested 3 times. It has made 3 donations. First donation was 250 tokens. Another one is 150, and it has total donated 400. And we can check if we have all this transaction on our contract or not.
Is the enthusiasm displayed here by cursor part of the way it interacts with your personality, or?
Yeah. As you can see, it has deployed the contract, and then it makes the both 2 transactions which are for the donation. As we can see, this is our donation contract. So what happens here, it shows us the full complete steps start. If we can see from the start, it's a long script.
Cool.
Okay,
It works.
we missed from here. So it runs the script. This is the owner. It deployed the private token contract. This is the private token contract. This is the donation contract then. And it has checked if the donation contract has been linked with the token. Token contract has been linked with the donation contract. And then it goes and call the mint token. It has mint 1000 tokens. And then it goes for the approval. So it asks for the approval of 500 token. And in the 500 token, it start making an encrypted donation. So as you can check, it has made donation of 250 and another check donation. Yeah, okay, it's checking donation, and second donation is going here 150, and it finally verification done. Remaining allowance, it has checked about the remaining allowance, and it provided all the details here. But we can also check the transaction hashes, like if they are real. Let's suppose this one. Yeah, it happens 3 minutes ago. So yeah, so all the information we can check, cursor has provided us with the proper information and proper documentation. And if we can check all the scripts, and as we can see, there has been so many iterations, so it has also created so many scripts. It's a complete donation test. So as we have seen this result, This is the reason of this script. This is a complete donation test, and we can confirm it from, let's say, maybe I missed. Yeah, so it has also provided us the real information, like it has created so many scripts here, which one are working and the final scripts, because it had iterated and created so many scripts. And for the testing, it has provided working approval test, so which we have created only to check if which version of approval is working. This one is for deployed donation system and complete donation test. This is the complete donation test script. We can also try this in our terminal manually to check.
It's really nice that it provides a template for all of this once it has done the test, so you can actually deploy it and you can use it, for instance, on future iterations as well.
Yeah, and provides a proper document type, so like any user can use it without the help of cursor only. So as you can say, it's running and working properly as it happens earlier. It has created a private token contract. We can check this one, and it already minted. So let's just check this transaction, and we can check here if it is private or not. So this transaction has happened 28 seconds ago, and if we go and check the input, raw input, it's encrypted. So that's the power of privacy. No one can see, like if it's been a public blockchain, and if we have implemented the let's say normal ERC20 contract, so anyone can check how much been minted to your address, but now we cannot. And similarly with the donation, if we can check, this is a donation has and if you try to decrypt the input, we cannot check how much you have donated to the person. And as you can see, this script run the final test. It has done the final verification, and it says you have donated totally 400 tokens. And if we have time, we can ask to create a script to check the balances of balance of the user after the donation, like if he have that amount or amount has been decreased or not. So create simple script to check token balance of user. We can mention the token name here for no confusion. Because like if we try to check the balance by remix or by some other way, we cannot decrypt it because the balances are private. So we need to create a script to decrypt it for us and read it for ourselves.
It's nice that it immediately detects that it might be encrypted balance.
Yeah, and it has created a script for us, and it's kind of let's check this script. Oh, so it actually deploying the contract and then minting it and then checking the contract, amount it has. Okay, we can provide the contact address. Let's just wait for it to finish. Okay, finally get it. Here it provides us the script, like you can paste the address here and we can check it here. Okay, just ask the AI to do that. I want to check this contract interest balance. And okay. And there is suggestion, like after your context window increases so much, the size has been increases a lot. What we need to do, we need to start another chat, because as I asked simple check balance script, it has created the script which does everything. So it has created some simple balance check. If we accept it, so this is the token address we have given. Yeah, so it has created the simple balance check script. I have given the token address, and when it runs it gives you the balance 600 because it has minted 1000, as we can check. It has minted 1000 tokens and it has donated total $400. So the left amount is 600. We can also run it here to check. As is also check the total supply of tokens. So we have only minted 1000, so total supply of token is 1000. But if we go to check the balance of our address, it gives the balance 600. So yeah, so as you can see, like, we have been developing for a hour, but we have completely created a project with a demo contract, where a kind of donation, where a person can come and donate their asset, which is also interacting with the private token. And also we have also written the testing script and all, using a just AI tool. Actually, not one AI tool, we have also uses another AI tool, which is COTI Ask. And I think it's also played a very important role to provide a proper context. So that's really important. And now we have a complete testing script, and we can, if we're gonna be making some update in our contract, like we want to increase the functionality of the donation contract, we can do that. We can check it using this testing script, and everything is here. uh, all the project has been set up properly, and AI is fully integrated with it with a proper context. So that's why IDB's AI is very helpful and really good for the, and very loved by the developer. So if you are developing a big project, a bigger project, you need a ID based AI, and Cursor helps a lot here. And as we have tested, it's also working with the COTI AI. For getting the information and getting the proper context, for that may be difficult for AI tool for now. But Cursor has provided us a very great features like the documentation, and the rules and the context. So that's what here helped us and create a simple app, a simple contract with the testing script, with testing everything finally here within our. So that's, I think, that's all for today. We can also create a front end app for it and integrate it, which can also we already have a scripts ready. We can create an app. We need to connect with these scripts and integrate it with the blockchain, and our app gonna be directly interacting with our token contract as well as our donation contract. But for now we don't have much time for that. So I think that's enough for today's demo. And I would like to ask if we have any questions here.
Not from my side. Thank you for showing us this today. I would just like to announce that, of course, we'll be back next week on Tuesday with a session on Crossmint with COTI by Davi. And we'll be back the 26th on Thursday with a session by Rafa, which will be the meme contest. Am I right, Rafa?
Yeah, you're right, Robert. I'll wait you there, and we're gonna create some memes using AI tools, cool memes also. That's it. Not much from my side. I have not any other questions either.
We'll be enjoying a lot your memes. Yeah.
Well,
I have seen your memes earlier in the live stream, and that was really great and loved a lot. And here, if any questions from Percival?
It was an awesome session. Congratulations, Upendra.
Thanks a lot. And if no question, we can wrap here. And if anyone want to say something,
stay COTI. Only that.
Stay COTI.
Stay COTI.
So that's all, everyone. Stay COTI and stay connected for the upcoming live session. We'll meet you guys in the next session. Stay COTI.